Hey boys, we're back with another 700 elo game. Whenever they do this against my pawn going forward, I push it again, because if they jump like this, I can unpassant them. Now, I didn't do it here because this is better for me, but let's say they did it with the other pawn. That's a good deal. It helps me get my ladder going, get my staircase going. I put the bishop out. He takes the knight out, he wants to castle. I also want to castle. To me, that's a wasted move. I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. I castled, he castled. Here, he could have just castled and he would be up in tempi. Now he's lower in tempi and he has weird pawn structures. I pushed the knight out there because I genuinely didn't know what to do on the right side of the board, so I just moved on the left side. And it turned out well for me, his bishop looked like he wanted to get trapped, and if he just does a little bit something like that, exactly, if he does something like that, I can jump back, he can be happy that he got a pawn, and now my pawn is defended because I prepared my pawn push before. He has nowhere to go. He realizes it immediately and takes it. I take back and I'm good. His pawn structures aren't really, Now look. I'm getting my knight that was stuck on that corner, just doing all of this, and I'm happy with it. I'm getting good movements. I take another pawn. He takes my queen. That's not that big of a deal because I'm up material. I'm happy to trade. And I'm also activating my rook first. On open file, easy shit, right? Pushes the pawn. I don't see it to be a threat, so I just move forward. I don't have a plan. I'm just hopeful that shit will go my way, It's not some grandmaster type shit. I'm just thinking to myself, if the knights are in his mouse, there's a good chance something would go my way. He pushes, I go there, he attacks, I realize I can simplify, so I go for it. I put the rook there, he has to take. He takes, I take. He could have also done something else. He could take out his knight and that would be a good deal for him, because then his other rook is active. So if I take, he can take back with the rook and attack my knight. I sacrificed that knight, by the way. I didn't blunder it. I just thought to myself, he takes that knight, I'm going to take that, and now my pawn is just looking at his king. It looks nice to me. I go there, pin his knight to his rook. He lets me take it. He takes mine. I take his. I don't know what he was thinking, but maybe he was so scared of that pawn he was ready to sacrifice a rook. I don't know. The best guess is that he didn't thought this could happen. Didn't think this could happen. Maybe he thought I'm so focused on defending that pawn that I didn't even think if that bishop can go anywhere else. Now I get my rook there and shit is safe. I can sacrifice it, but that's stupid, to put it gently. I start taking my king out. Good shit. Not that interesting of a game. I'm up a full rook, you know what I'm saying? Here he gave up. It was an easy game. It was not anything complicated about it. By the way, do you know about the law of attraction? I never believed that shit, Doesn't seem natural to me. But at the same time, I'm not a believer in the law of attraction, but I attract a lot of stuff in my life. And I do it by accident also. Like, lately I was thinking, how does it happen? And I was reviewing the times that it happened to me, and I realized there is some consistency with it, that every time I attract something to myself or to my life, the key to attracting it is that I'm not actually concluding any thought. For example, I'm not saying to myself, I'm going to get that one thing, right? Instead, I'm thinking in terms of, for example, let's say charisma. Let's say I don't even want to, but let's say I'm thinking about charisma. Like, charisma is an interesting thing. Having charisma is interesting. I end up attracting charisma to myself. I say money is interesting, right? I end up finding new ways to make money. I'm like, it's interesting to just make money without actually working. I'm like, blah 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 blah, and I wonder how that would happen. It's a question, it's open-ended. That's basically the magic trick to it. It's not something that is done. Oh, by the way, he could have unpesanted here. Wow, that's interesting. He didn't see it, I didn't see it, so that's why it's this 700 elo. When you think about something and you say, I want to be this, or I am this, or whatever sentence that is conclusional, you are basically finishing the job for your mind. What you want to do is leave the shit open-ended so your mind can do the job. You understand what I'm saying? So when you think about something and don't actually conclude it, your mind starts to wonder, how can I solve this problem for him? That's when the good shit starts. When your mind actually starts being creative. Is that helpful? I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I have never seen other people talk about this. Maybe this is common knowledge in the attraction communities, but I have never seen people talk about them. And by the way, I'm planning to maybe try some podcast style combined with chess kind of shit, playing chess but talking about daily stuff that you would think about, some manly stuff, workouts, jobs, money, shit like that. So I don't know, if you have any positive ideas about that, comment them down below. If you think it's stupid, feel free to comment. With any comment that I get some, I get some boost by the algorithm, because comments are engagement, and engagement is nice. Anyways, thank you for being here, and I see you in the next one.